Welcome back, boys and girls. It's Miss Graham, and it is currently week 4 for our lesson. So I'm gonna take you guys through a super fun lesson we have planned. So what we're gonna need for this activity is we're gonna need a ball. We want to be wearing athletic clothing and footwear because we will be moving around, and we also want to protect our feet. We would like you guys to be in an open space. Ideally, this week we want to be outside just because we're going to be doing a lot of activities that involve a lot of ball movement, and we don't accidentally want to knock anything down in our houses. And then you will also need a goal or a target, and same as last week, you are more than welcome to use a laundry basket, a suitcase, or anything along the lines of that if you don't have access to a soccer ball. And then this week for our instant activity, Mr. Hruz is going to take us through it, and it is a review of shooting from last week.
Last week for our instant activity of shooting. For this activity, you're going to need a ball, a goal, or a fence that the ball won't bounce off of, and maybe a cone to mark your spot. So for this activity, we're going to be shooting towards the goal or the wall, running after it, dribbling the ball back, and repeating. So I'm going to want you to remember these cues. We're going to back away from the ball. We're going to approach the ball, step, follow through, chase, and then dribble the ball back. Remembering our dribbling cues. So all together, it's going to look like this. I'm going to back away, approach, step, follow through, and chase. Pull the ball back, my spot, and do it again. If that's a little difficult for you, you can move the ball closer to the goal or the wall. If it's easy, further away. And if you want to challenge yourself, try kicking with your non-dominant foot. So I prefer my right leg, my right foot. I can challenge myself by kicking with my left leg. Hope you all enjoy, and good luck with this lesson.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys about a couple seconds
Hey students, it's Mr.
to get any materials you may need for this activity. And then we will begin. So the 3 things that we're going to focus on is the shooting, we're going to chase after the ball, and then we're going to dribble it back to our original spot. So you're more than welcome to pause the video and get any more equipment you may need, but we're going to begin. So the first minute, we're just going to start with our dominant foot, and then we're going to shoot from a set distance. We're going to pick a distance that is comfortable for us. So when I start the timer, you may begin. Okay, awesome job, guys. So now we're going to do this one more time, and we're going to progress by, we can either alternate between shooting with our dominant foot and non-dominant foot, or we picked a set distance the last minute, and now we can increase that distance to be farther away. So I'm going to start the timer again for just 1 more minute, and then we will get started. Okay, you may begin. Awesome job, boys and girls. So today we are going to be working on our soccer trapping and juggling skills. And the main focus of our lesson is going to be improving these skills of soccer, trapping, and juggling because they're often kind of neglecting. Everyone always focuses on the dribbling, passing, and shooting, which are the most important skills. But trapping and juggling can allow us to always maintain control of the soccer ball when it's in our possession, as well as gain control when we're receiving a pass or may lose it. So we're going to be focusing on following the proper cues, and we have a couple fun activities that are going to help you guys improve your skills. But first, we always have to do a health-related fitness activity.
Welcome back, boys and girls. It is Miss Graham, and today for our health-related fitness activity, we are going to be focused on both cardiorespiratory endurance as well as muscular endurance. So we've done a lot of cardiorespiratory endurance these past couple weeks, and that is focused on reaching our target heart rate zones to work our heart muscles, but muscular endurance is our ability for our bodies to perform muscle contractions for a prolonged period of time. And how we build that is doing exercises that involve not very low weight, but lower weight. So lots of muscular endurance exercises are used with our body weight for high reps. So for our health-related fitness activity, we are going to have a random number generator, and each number correlates to a exercise. And we did throw in two of the numbers are extra rest periods. So I'm going to go through and show you guys the exercise. So the first exercise that correlates to number 1 is jumping jack. So we're just going to start at a nice moderate pace. And then since this is a cardio exercise, we want to reach our target heart rate zone. So we do that by increasing the intensity. So just go a little bit faster as the time goes on. Number 2 is body weight squats. So we can start by just going down to 90 degrees. And as we progress, we can go below parallel, which increases our range of motion. Number 3 is a cardiorespiratory endurance exercise, and it's squat jumps. So it's basically the squat like we just did before with a jump as we come up like this. And once again, we increase our intensity by increasing our speed. Number 4 is push-ups. So you want to get down on your mat. You can start on your knees to make sure that your chest and elbows good 90 degrees, or you could progress to getting up on all fours, making sure that you're still going down to 90 degrees. Number 5 is an extra 30 seconds of rest. Number 6 is just regular scissor jumps, alternating between your left and right leg in front, like this. And obviously, cardiorespiratory endurance, we increase our intensity by increasing our speed again. Number 7 is shoulder taps. So we're gonna get on all fours with a wide base and just tap our shoulders with keeping our core nice and tight. And then if this is just a little bit too hard, you're welcome to put one knee down, still keeping our core engaged. And do that for the 30 seconds. Number 8 is everyone's favorite. We're gonna do a burpee. So burpees are unique because they're both cardiorespiratory and muscular endurance. So you need a refresher how we do a burpee is we jump, go down into a plank, push up, jump back up to a squat, and jump up. And if this is a little bit too hard, you're more than welcome to take out the push-up like this. Is a plank. So what you want to do is that we can start on all fours on our hands. But if you would like to progress to going down to your elbows, you may do so. And then also, if both positions are a little bit too hard, like the hip taps, you can put one knee down to rest that knee, but still keep that core nice and tight. And number 10 is an extra 30 seconds of rest. Welcome.
Okay, so I have my random number generator, and we're having some trouble with our gifts today. So I'm going to take you through the activity. I have the random number generator up here, and the first number is number 1. So we have 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Okay, so when I start the timer, we're going to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks. And we're going to improvise since our timer is being a little bit difficult. I will set one on my phone. Okay, got our timer. So as I said in the video, jumping jacks, we can start at a moderate pace, but we want to reach our target heart rate zone. So I encourage you guys to increase your speed in order to reach that zone. Okay, go ahead and stop the exercise. We're gonna do 3 more rounds so we have enough time to get to our activity. The next number is number 9, so we have a 30-second plank. So I suggest starting on your hands, and then if you realize that maybe you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you're more than welcome to go down to your elbows. And this is a muscular endurance exercise. And the plank is number 9. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more. Next one is number 4. So we have push-ups, which is a muscular endurance exercise as well. And with push-ups, like I said in the video, you can start on your knees, and that's something I think you guys should do because it encourages good form. And form is more important than anything. Okay, go ahead and stop, and we're gonna do 1 more round. The last exercise is number 3, so squat jumps. Start my timer. And go ahead and begin. Okay, go ahead and stop. And just to explain again, so we incorporated muscular endurance in that fitness activity. And I like to think of muscular endurance as cardio for our muscles because training it can allow our muscles to contract for a very long period of time. So it lets you play sports and move your body and use our muscles for a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to activity 1. We're gonna watch this quick video that's going to explain what we're going to do.
Hey guys, I'm Siok back with another video. Today we're going to be doing trapping against the wall. Before we get started, let's go through a couple of things. So you want to have your ball, you want to establish your position, you want to take a couple steps back, and you want to just kick it into the wall. Okay? So we're going to do that a couple of times. Notice the critical element when doing this is using the inside of your foot. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Back. Notice how I'm maintaining control of the ball. Don't have to kick it too hard. Don't have to kick it too soft. Maybe in order to make it harder, maybe we can use our non-dominant foot. Maybe we can stand farther back to make it even more harder. Foot, whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe we can move closer in order to make it easier. Notice how when I'm moving closer, I don't have to apply too much power. All right, guys, that is trapping against the wall. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you guys are more than welcome to pause this video if you need more time to get any equipment and find a wall, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the 3 cues are you want to pass the ball, you want to stay open and prepare your stance for when the ball comes back to you, and then you trap it with the inside of your foot. And the main focus, as Mr. Croal said in the video, is to trap it with our insides of our feet. So the first minute, what we're going to do is that we are going to stand a set distance away from the wall, and we're just going to pass slowly so the ball comes back to us in a very controlled pace. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, awesome job. And for this next minute, what we are going to do is that we are going to not only increase our distance away from the ball, we're also going to pass with a larger force so the ball comes back to us a little bit faster. And then obviously if any time we progress and you don't feel like you are ready to progress, you're more than welcome to stay at the first progression. So we're going to begin for another minute. Awesome job. So for the last minute, what we are going to do now is that we are going to alternate between trapping with the insides of our foot with our dominant foot and non-dominant foot, because the past 2 we were just focused on our dominant, and now we are going to use both. So you may have to move the position of your body in order to practice trapping with both your feet. So go ahead and begin. Okay, awesome job, guys. We are now going to move on to our second activity. Mr. Croal again is going to explain to us what we are going to do.
I'm using the inside of my foot. Pretty much this exercise is designed, guys, for us just to maintain control of the soccer ball. This can be as like a phone at your own pace. You don't have to go too fast, you don't have to go too slow. Maybe we can change that and modify it a little bit more using our thigh. All right, guys, that is trapping the soccer ball.
So as per usual, you're more than welcome to pause the video if you need to take a little break or get in a different space to perform the activity. But so for the first minute, what we are going to do is we are going to toss the ball up in our self space, and we're going to trap it with the inside of our foot standing still. So we're not going to have much movement. You can move a little bit depending on where the ball comes down, but just try to stay in a very kind of a set area for the first minute. For the next minute, what we're gonna do to make this skill a little bit harder is we're going to toss the ball up a little bit higher with more force, so it comes down to us faster. So very similar to the progression that we did in activity 1. So we have to react a little bit quicker, but still focusing on trapping with the inside of our foot. And for our last minute, as Mr. Croal showed us in the video, we're going to practice trapping with different body parts. So you can still continue to use the inside of your foot, but you're more than welcome to progress using the inside of your thighs as well as your chest. So we have 1 more minute to do that. Actually, I lied. I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds to perform this activity. But this time, what we're going to do is we're going to combine both the second thing that we did for the minute and then the third thing. So we're going to be throwing it up at a faster force, but then we can choose which body part we want to use to trap the ball. So we're going to do that for 30 more seconds. You may begin. Okay, awesome job, guys. And now it is time for our last activity for the day that Mr. Siok is going to present to us.
Ready? Yeah. All right, class. So for activity 3 today, we're going to be doing some juggling with the soccer ball. So the cues for juggling are going to be to point your foot down, and you're going to be using your laces instead of the inside of your foot. You can also use your knees and any other part of your body as long as you're not using your hands. So to start, we're going to start by just dropping the ball, and you just want to kick it and try and get as many jugs as you can. So you're going to want to do that a couple times. And then if that's too hard for you, you want to just, instead of trying to keep it up and kick it as many times as you can, you just want to kick it back up and catch it.
All right, and then to make it a little bit harder, we're going to start from the ground. You're going to put your non-dominant foot a little bit to the side of the ball. You're going to use your dominant foot to roll it back on top, and you want to bring it up. And you want to try and pop it up and keep it up as many times as you can. So you're going to try and give it a shot here. And then another way you can progress for this is use both feet instead of using just your one dominant foot. So I'm going to try and do that now. All right, class, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys enjoy the lesson.
Alrighty, soccer juggling can be a little difficult at times. So for the first minute, what we are going to do is that, as Mr. Siok showed in the video, we're going to start with just the kicking it up and then catching it to get used to the proper motion. So you may begin when I start the timer. Didn't mean to do that. Anyways, we'll just stop right there. And then for our next minute, what we're going to do is we're just going to practice juggling with one foot. But this time I want you to keep count of how many juggles you can get in the minute. Alrighty, awesome job. I want you guys to try and beat that number this next round. I'll give you a couple more seconds of rest and then we'll begin. Go ahead and begin. And try to beat that number. That's why I asked you to remember it, if you want to try and beat it. Awesome job, guys. And then for our final activity, we're gonna do a challenge activity. So as Mr. Siok showed in the video, we're going to practice juggling with both of our feet. So we're gonna try to do that for a full minute consecutively. And if you would like, you're more than welcome to keep count of how many consecutive juggles you can get without the ball touching the ground. So that's what we're going to do for the last minute. Awesome job, guys. I hope you enjoyed our activities for the day. And just to review, so what we learned today is we fine-tuned our juggling and trapping skills, and those skills are important because when we're in game situations and we accidentally lose control of the ball, it helps us maintain control or regain control, as well as when we're receiving passes and the ball is coming at you from different angles. It helps you gain control so you can continue to dribble or shoot or make another pass. So for our assessment, we're going to use Flipgrid. So you're going to log on the same way that you did last week, and you're going to submit one video of you trapping the soccer ball. So you can do that from either activity. It is your choice. And then we're gonna submit another video of you juggling the ball. And then for a little extra, you can submit a video of you explaining what you found enjoyable of the two activities and what you need to improve on. So next week is kind of very similar to this week. We're going to be working on a little bit more finer skills. So we're going to work on punting and volleying the ball. And what you will need is usually always the same every week is we're going to need some open space, appropriate footwear and clothes, a ball, the same things as always. So I hope you enjoyed the activity of the week, and I hope to see you guys next week.